I didn't travel to the future.
Oh.
This is a survey they do every year or every election year, and so far, when they do this, 5 out of the last 6 elections, they have picked the right guy, or the guy who wins.
Okay.
Since this franchise began in 1988, the kids have correctly chosen the President of the United States. This is the old Nickelodeon kids vote. And who do they think is going to win? Who's going to be the president?
Oh, boy.
Who do you think? Who do you think kids are voting for?
Oh, I think kids love Barack Obama. Number one, they're all familiar with him because he's been there for the last 4 years. So they've heard of President Obama, President Obama, President Obama. I don't think any of them even know about Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney might look like they're a principal at their school, but that's all. And no kid likes the principal at their school, so they're like, ew. You
just want to aim a dodgeball at Romney's head so you can mess his hair up.
Hey, Mr. Romney. So I think with kids, Barack Obama's cool. They know him. That's an easy one.
Obama received 65% of the vote, and Mitt Romney received 35%. Oh. Like I said, 5 out of the last 6 elections, the kids got it right. They're saying that many kids vote the way their parents will. So like when they're hearing their parents talk at home. So this might be what's going to happen tomorrow. They say it's a lot closer than that. It's like, oh, it's neck and neck and neck and neck, but could be 65-35.
I don't think I voted like my parents at all. My parents are Indiana, and they vote, they're the George Bush types. So.
I'm sure if Nickelodeon would have had, obviously Barack Obama, Mitt Romney. But if they had Jasper Hale on there, I'm pretty sure Jasper Hale probably would have been elected president.
He would be the president of the United States.
With the Nickelodeon audience, yes, because Jackson Rathbone plays Jasper Hale in the Twilight Saga series, and he's on the phone with us. Hello, Jackson.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning.
Good, how you doing, man?
I'm wonderful. These aren't my normal hours, but...
No.
I know. They're rough hours. Yeah, they're rough hours.
Have some kind of crazy energy to be up this early.
I know, it's the tequila.
It's the tequila.
Here's the trick, Jackson. You just don't go to bed the night before. So see, it's still Sunday night to us.
I like the way you think. It's basically it's a lot of tequila and no sleep.
There you go.
So this Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2, it's going to be in theaters November 16th, and this is it, right? The last installment.
This is the last installment of the Twilight series, correct?
Are you ready for it to be over?
It's still a lot of press and everything, but it's been such an amazing ride. I look back to the original days of Twilight when we were filming. It was an expensive indie film. Whenever we first started out, we had no idea that it would become what it became today.
Yeah, it's ridiculous the popularity of this show. Even when they can do 2-parter films, like when you get to that Harry Potter level where you can go, let's just do part 1 of the film and do part 2. This is like Breaking Dawn Part 2, and it's the last one.
Now, Jackson, do you have an action figure? Is there an action figure of you?
The Jackson figure.
The Jackson figure.
The Jackson figure.
That's like in all those movies, because they do have they have the action figures and stuff out of different ones. And have you?
I don't know if they have that for Twilight. Do they have action figures for Twilight characters?
They actually do.
Yeah. That's why that's how you know. That's how you know you're being given as a gift for Christmas.
I remember when I was first studying acting, looking over Meisner technique, the Alexander technique, really studying what it means to make a character. They say you don't do it right unless you have an action figure.
No doubt. And, and actually, you had to dye your hair blonde for this whole series.
It was excruciating. It was I've always been a character actor, and the way you look is just one small facet of it all.
When you think about playing a vampire, do you have to did you watch vampire movies or did you just know how you would from the beginning?
I really studied the song "Blondes Just Want to Have Fun."
It must suck though, because I know there's makeup and everything, but I'm just kind of curious if they tell you your shooting schedules, like summertime rolls around, and you're like, well, I was planning on maybe hitting tropical location there for vacation. They're like, ooh, we'd like you to stay out of the sun if you could. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, there's definitely a certain degree of, you have to remain pale. But there's so much white makeup. It's absolutely insane.
We're looking at your action figure right now.
You're looking at it right now?
There is an action figure of you. Look at him.
Yeah, in a V-neck sweater. I don't think I've ever seen an action figure in a V-neck sweater.
You're enjoying it right now. There is an action. You can barely contain your laughter. I love it.
Well, seriously, a V-neck sweater and skinny jeans, it's like, he's not getting picked when, like, the G.I. Joes are still out there. You know, G.I. Joe's getting pulled in.
And you can have this one.
Yeah, you get Jackson's. Okay.
Goodness.
Jackson gets to make out the skipper.
That's the sweater vest wearing G.I. Joe. That's what that is.
So what can we expect from Breaking Dawn Part 2? This is the last installment. It's got to answer a bunch of questions or just wrap everything up. What big things are we going to look for?
Well, here in Breaking Down Part 2, we open up the world that Stephanie Myers has created within the Twilight Saga to include a bunch of new vampires with a bunch of new vampire powers. This is the last film in the series that it really closes the door in such an amazing way. It's the most vampire of all the vampire films that we've been doing with these with this series.
Like, you're going to introduce different vampire clans, like the Amazonian vampire clan.
Which you're most excited about, aren't you?
Well, yes. I'm like, this is going to be
they're very
really tall vampires.
Tall, hot chick vampires. I'm thinking it's like pretty much the island where Wonder Woman was raised, but they're all vampire chicks.
Lesbos, right?
Lesbos.
It's basically Wonder Woman and vampires.
Oh my God, I'm in. I want that action figure.
Frank's already standing in line. He's one of those guys standing in line before the tickets come
I signed up years ago.
Well, Jackson,
if this series take off, there will be a vampire Amazon.
An Egyptian
Hey,
chicks.
congratulations on your new little baby.
Thank you very much.
Pretty awesome.
Piece of art I've ever created in my life.
Aw, that's nice of you to say.
Well, good luck with everything, Jackson. I mean, next time you're in town or you want to get up this early again, why don't you just come on in and hang out with us, okay?
Okay, you bring the coffee.
I
No,
will bring the
and
coffee
tequila.
and tequila. All right, you bring the tequila, I'll bring the coffee. Thank you, Jackson Rathbone. He plays Jasper Hale in the Breaking Dawn series at Part 2 of Twilight Saga. Breaking Dawn Part 2 in theaters November 16th.
Is your daughter all into that?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure my daughter will freak out that I actually talked to Jackson Rathbone today.
Did you mention me? Did you tell him? Did you mention me and tell me my name and everything?
No, honey, I didn't.
Oh, Dad.
But, yeah, she watches that stuff still. It's the last one. She kind of grew up with that stuff.
Yeah, you got to see how it all
So, yeah, you got to see how it all
plays out.
How it all ends.
Sure.